Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitch Hiking Yeti here. Today's adventure, we're in Carolina Beach State Park. I thought we would kind of go back here in this state park. It's kind of a lost and forgotten gem to some people. Some people just come to the beach, but if you're here for a while and you want some hiking and do some nature stuff, they got a lot of cool stuff right here. So today I'm going to take you along the Flytrap trail, because the Venus flytrap is actually a native plant to this area. They only grow in the entire world, I've read, within about 60 to 70 miles of Wilmington, Carolina Beach area. So that's pretty impressive. There's, that means that you can find them in South Carolina and North Carolina, but this is like a native place where they like to grow. In some of these old wetland swampy areas back here where they don't have a whole lot of nutrients, so they get all their vitamins and stuff they need to survive from flies, bugs, bees, things like that. So we're going to walk through, kind of look for some of them, and I'm also going to take you along with me over to a place called Sugarloaf, which is like a really big sand dune. It's like a mountain here at the beach, more or less, because it's 50 feet tall. So, and it has some significance here to the area through the Civil War and back in the 17th century. And we'll kind of go over all that as we get back that way. So I hope you're ready to see something probably that a lot of you probably have never seen before or even knew it was here at Carolina Beach here in this area. We got some really good hiking trails and we're going to hit them right now. But first, it's time to take a little spray, because I will give you a little warning. If you're here in the summertime, you might find a mosquito or two back here. So just remember that. Get you some bug spray or something and kind of coat yourself with that a little bit, and any of your extremities that are, where your skin is out to the world, because they will definitely come feast upon you at times. Not all the time, but some days it can really be a pain back here. So we're going to go to get all offed up, and then we're going to hit the trails and go do some walking. Let's begin. All right, so I have actually parked back here at the beginnings of the Flytrap trail here in Carolina Beach State Park, and I'm not guaranteeing we're going to find some flytraps because they're very small plants and they're hard to see, but we are right here at the You Are Here, and we're going to kind of walk through the trail, and we're going to come on back through here, and I want to take you on down here to where it says Sugarloaf. And then when we come back, I know for a fact I can show you these carnivorous plants right here, the yellow pitcher plant. I know where they're located, but sometimes the actual Venus flytrap, that's a tough one for me. And I'm not an expert at finding them because they are very small, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to try. But you will definitely see these because I know where these are located. So since we have our map here, and I have my map on my phone where I can kind of get us over here to the dune trail, pretty lengthy little walk. So it's actually 3 miles, as you can see right there. The Sugarloaf trail is an easy 3 miles, orange circle. So the trails are color coded. That's why you see like orange, blue, red circles, things like that. So that is our plan today. So we're going to head in this direction and begin. All right, right here is the start of the Flytrap trail. We're just going to make it right down this pathway. And it's really cool because they have these like little wooden bridges in some of the swampier areas. And right over here to the left, I have a sign I'll show you. This is very important when you're around these carnivorous plants. It says this area is under video surveillance. Poaching Venus flytraps is a felony, so it is not worth it. Don't even think about it. There's something over there rustling around. I don't know what that noise was. Little lizard. Little lizards. Startled my wife. All right, my friends, I have made it to the second kind of wooden bridge. We'll walk through. We actually started back this way, and we walked through that swampy area where I showed you the first bridge. This should be the second bridge. And when you come across here, if you want to see a yellow pitcher plant, carnivorous plant, is just right here off the side. You see these little small ones? They're just growing right here wild. Right there they are. Kind of cool. They're just growing right there, but there's some more. There's a big old wad of them over here I'm going to show you here shortly. But these right here are just growing right here off the side. That's kind of cool. I really was stopping here to see if I could find any Venus flytraps, but no luck. I might be looking right at them and I don't even know. You know, I mean, I know what they look like, but I don't know like how small they really are. And it's somewhere out there. I mean, as you can imagine, you do not supposed to leave the trail as you're walking through here. So I'm trying to follow those rules and stay on the path. Plus, just a little safety tip. If you do come out here and you're walking around, I think it's a good idea to stay on the path, not just because it's a rule, because when you leave this path, there's a lot of, you got copperheads in this area. So that's a venomous pit viper snake. You definitely do not want to get bit by one of those, because if you don't know, a copperhead will not move. You can walk right up on it. It is not like a rattlesnake or something, where a rattlesnake would warn you, you know, in some way. A copperhead will just sit still, and they're very hard to see. And who knows, we might run across one. I've run across copperheads hiking before in this area. So yeah, just be mindful of that and be careful, because I don't want nobody to get hurt. So let's just keep pushing on and go check for some more plants before we head over to the Sugarloaf area. That's a good hike. We might sweat a little bit today. All right, so this area I'm about to show you here, it's where it's like a little pier way, like a little walkway where you can oversee, and you can see a bunch of pitcher plants right here. And really and truthfully, where we started our video, this is just a loop, the Flytrap trail. It's a very short loop. It might be a quarter mile, but you can see the parking lot where we started. You can actually come in this direction down the trail, you know, the opposite side what I started on, and it will take you straight here. It's a very short walk. As you can see my wife off in the distance there, she's already down there trying to find some of the Venus flytraps, and we're gonna make our way down here now. Got a little step there, man. Gotta be careful out here, not trip, get hurt on these roots. But they got some new boards. They just laid some new boards out here for this season. So as we walk over here, you can see all the pitcher plants. Look at them. Look how brightly colored they are. This time of year here in May going into June is like when they're most vibrant. And they really are pretty looking. Pretty awesome. Look at that big old wad of them right there. And notice when you're right here, there's no bugs flying around because they ate them. They already scrunched them down. So I'm gonna zoom in right here on this pitcher plant. Look at the bugs flying around this thing. I hope you guys can see them, but there's actually one right there. Look at him flying around. He is on a mission to die. That right there is not going to work out well for him. And what happens is these plants, they have like a sweet taste to them, or like a nectar on the inside of them, and these bugs, they fall for it and they go in there and then they can't get out. But one more thing, right here behind me, you have to look hard. But what led me to this Venus flytrap, we just found one. You see this white flower right here? If you follow it down, right here is one of the Venus flytraps. Look at it, it's got its mouth open right there in the middle of the screen. Check that out, man. But that's one, and it's very, very small. And there's another one right here. We can get down there to it. You can kind of see it. But that's them. They're here. They're just very tiny and young. You know, I think there was a time, obviously, because I've seen so many pictures and some videos of you being able to come out here and their inside of their mouth is almost red. You know, but these here are like babies. They're much smaller, but they are right here next to where you can find the pitcher plants. So that's really exciting. This is the first one I've ever seen in the wild growing out here before, and I have my wife with me today. She's a plant person and she helped me find them, and she's pretty awesome like that. Okay, let's move on now. This is a good thing. All right, my friends, so we was right over here where we looked at the Venus flytraps and the yellow pincher plants, the carnivorous plants. We're actually going to take this trail. This here's called the swamp trail. And we're going to go up here and take a right, and that'll take us over and connect us to the Sugarloaf trail. And this is what a lot of the walk's gonna look like. It's just a very easy hike. It's nice and flat until we get to Sugarloaf. Sugarloaf, there ain't nothing flat about that. You gotta pull it to get up that mountain. So yeah, right here, Swamp Trail. Right there where my wife is. We're gonna take a right and go down through there. And something else I wanna show you is this area right over here, right on the other side of this swamp trail. They just did a controlled burn maybe about a week ago. And it's calming down now, but you can still at times smell a little smokiness. But they actually burn a lot of the old shrubbery and the leaves and things like that, and they do that to actually control a bigger fire. If they would ever have a wildfire or something, and all your brush, all that crap, it gathers on the ground like old leaves and stuff, it would really be hard to control. But because they do control burns here in the area, if there ever was an issue, it would be a much more manageable situation for the local fire departments and stuff like that. So that's why you see that. And I know coming into the park itself, you can even see still smokiness smoldering up from some of the ground areas is still burning. And this happened almost a week ago. So that's why that looks the way it does. That's not normal all the time. So just wanted to give you my 2 cents on that one. All right, my friends, we're walking back here, and I just want to say, if you're back here walking the trails, you're going to see picnic tables from time to time kind of off. And this is because this is camping areas. They actually have signs that says like site 1, site 2. And then right back there, you can see they do have a bathroom, an outdoor potty, if you will. And yeah, that is pretty cool. And then right over here, this little trail over here where they've been doing their burning, that is site number 2. And right back there, they have some more picnic tables for that campsite. So pretty cool. We got some campsites stuffed over here. Most of the campsites is on the other side of the park, but they do have some over here in the trails themselves. All right, here we are. This here is the Swamp Trail, and this here is the crossroad for the Sugarloaf Trail. And so Sugarloaf is 0.6 miles in this direction. Easy enough. So we're going to head it down here and go climb us a sand dune. And I have been keeping my eyes peeled for snakes and wildlife. And I think it's so hot today, I think they're in the shade. I think they're saying, heck it, I ain't moving right now, because believe it or not, I've not even been attacked by any bugs. And that rarely ever happens when I'm out here in the springtime on a hot day. You normally will see bugs buzzing around everywhere. Now, I am bug sprayed up and coated, but I'm not really seeing, oh, I thought that was something. I really thought you would see something flying around. Other than those few poor flies and bugs that we've seen over there at the pitcher plants, I ain't seen anything, no mosquitoes or anything. That's just how warm it is today. But I'm doing okay. I'm hydrated, and I kind of thrive in hot weather, so this don't really bother me. You take me in real cold weather, that's another story. But a hot climate like this, I'm all good, my friends. So as we're out here walking along, you know, I'm still looking for carnivorous flowers, but I see these, or carnivorous plants, excuse me. But I see these cactus growing out here, and you can't miss them because they have these bright yellow blooms on them. So that is pretty cool. A lot of cacti out here in the area. I don't know if someone planted them or are they just growing wild. I'm not sure, but I have noticed quite a few of them sporadically along the trail on my way to Sugarloaf. All right, so we're at another place where we can turn. You have the Oak Toe Trail that direction. And once again, we're going to take a left right here to Sugarloaf. We're going to walk out this way. I've not heard any deer today. I know just yesterday I was out here, not on this particular trail, but I was in the park yesterday evening later. And I actually kicked up a deer. I didn't kick him up, but me walking through the trail actually startled this deer, and he just took off out of nowhere. It was a baby deer. It wasn't very old. It didn't look like, but yeah, it done a lot of running, and then it stopped, and he just kind of stared at me for a little bit. And at the angle it was staring at me, it looked just like a kangaroo, because I couldn't really see its body. I could only see its head looking around the tree, and it looked like a kangaroo, which I thought was kind of funny, but it don't take much to amuse me. All right, we are really almost there now, because this right here is the service road. It's not a trail at all, but it looks like a trail, but it's just a service road right here where the park rangers can come in. So we're coming from this direction. You just go straight across the service road and keep walking. And you'll see why, because we're at the bottom of the mountain. We're about to head up the mountain now. But this is the area of Sugarloaf. And this is our 50-foot mountain here on Pleasure Island that a lot of people probably don't even know about. And on a hot day like today, where it's about 90 degrees, 100% humidity, it can be a struggle after you walk the distance to get back here. But right here, this fence right there is Sugarloaf, right up through those woods right there. So we have a path over here to the left that will help us navigate. That's very neatly laid out and easy to walk up. And then we'll get up to the top and take a look at our view of the Cape Fear River. All right there is the hill we just traversed. Here is the top, and we have a sign right here. It says Sugarloaf Overlook this direction. Look at the beautiful moss up here on this tree at the top of Sugarloaf. Absolutely stunning. And then right here they have like a little information board about some of the history to Sugarloaf. Right here on the river, Sugarloaf is a 50-foot sand dune. Is unique in its size and historical significance as an important navigational marker for seafarers since the 17th century. During the Civil War, the dunes earthworks played as a strategic part in the defense of Port Wilmington. Over 5,000 troops camped there during the siege of the nearby Fort Fisher. So that is a little bit of historic stuff to know about Sugarloaf. Now we're going to do the big reveal of the view, what it looks like as we work our way to the top. A little sweaty. It's all good, but right here we are. We made it to the top of Sugarloaf. And there is the Cape Fear River. As you stand atop it, you can tell you're pretty high up. And right there is the Cape Fear River, where you can see ships pass by that's going up to the port city of Wilmington. Pretty cool. Now the next thing we have to do before we end this vlog today is make our way down this sandy incline down to the beach area. Kind of check that out. Might see some cool driftwood down there. Here we go down the hill. If you do come down here, this sand is extremely loose. I mean really loose. I mean, look at my foot. It really slides easy, so you want to take your time walking down through here. And a good way to do it is kind of walk sideways if you want to. You know, kind of like this, where you can kind of brace yourself and you don't want to go tumbling, that's for sure. But this is a cool spot down here. It kind of reminds me of a beach we visited in South Carolina not too long ago, just outside of Charleston. There was a beach down there. I think it was called Driftwood Beach or Deadwood Beach, something like that. And that's what this kind of reminds me of, because you got all these old trees littered along the beach, which that one down there is much more impressive. This one here is not the same, but this is still cool. One thing I will tell you about this area down here on this little beach is there's a lot of cool places if you like to take pictures. A lot of cool limbs. I mean, check this out, man. All these cool places that you can take pictures and photos out here that would be very photogenically beautiful, if that's the word. I mean, look at that tree. You could get up in there and climb and kind of lean on the tree limbs or hug them, and somebody take your photos. And I've never done this before, but I'm trying to walk down this hill now. Be kind of cool. This would probably be an awesome spot to come and see the sunset. Now that can be a little risky because the Carolina Beach State Park, they do close at night. And like right now at this moment, you have to check the time they close. If they close at 10 p.m., you could definitely do it. You could walk back here and have you a beautiful moment sitting on one of these logs. They got, like, you know, you got logs, you got all kinds of places just kind of hang out and watch the sunset, because the sun would actually set right over there across the water. See those big cranes off in the distance? The sun will set right over there in this area. I don't know the exact point because I've never sat here and watched it before, but it will happen right over there. That is the west. And this would be a very beautiful spot to see a sunset. It is gorgeous out here. Absolutely beautiful and so peaceful. So right over here in this area, you'll see a lot of these little holes right here. That's because crabs dig those. And they was kind of scurrying over here. Right there goes some. I don't know if I can get them, but they're going into that grass right there. And that right there is excellent bait for sheep's head. If you want to catch some sheephead fish. Those work awesome. There's quite a few of them in there in the grass, but kind of hard to see them right here. But anywho, I wanted to show you that. Right over here some. Look at them on the side of this wood right here. On this log. All these little crabs. Trying to figure out what's going on, man. They're like getting out of here, boy. Look at them right there. Scurrying. One with nature. There's a bunch of them just scurrying out through there. They're flying. I don't want to disturb them anymore, but I did want to check them out and kind of look at them. This whole beach is just full of these things. Some good sheephead bait right there. This is such a cool area. And this root system on these trees, man, look at that. That reminds me so much of that Deadwood beach I went to down in Charleston. It really does. But down there they have a ton of them. They're just everywhere. The whole beach is littered with this kind of stuff. Really cool looking. Matter of fact, if you want to, I will put a link down in the description below to take you to that video. It's really cool. It's kind of a day of me having a little fun in the Charleston area, doing a little sightseeing. I actually went and seen the angel tree that day, which was pretty awesome. That was a cool live oak. Get to see. It's like over 500 years old, and a lot of other little odd trees in the area. They have a lot of trees with some character. I just put it that way. Especially the widowmaker. If you don't know what the widowmaker tree is down there, you definitely have to see that. It's actually under a curve, and cars have hit it, and they call the tree. It actually had a sign on it that said the widowmaker. All right, my friends. This was it, my little walk through Carolina Beach State Park. I hope you enjoyed it today. I had a great time. What a beautiful day it is. A little hot, but all in all, this is a great day to get out and get some vitamin D and have a little fun and bring you guys on a little adventure that you may or may not ever heard about or done here while you're in the area. But definitely check it out sometime. Even if you do it in the winter time, it's still a very nice hike when it's cooler. But today I just wanted to get out and do it. Take you along with me and show you around. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and think about subscribing. If you enjoyed today's content, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're here. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, friends, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. And that's what a canvas of adventure looks like, as Jack Sparrow would say. I don't know what he's saying. Something about the horizon. But that's all I see right here, something of the horizon. Even on that horizon, if we keep walking or keep paddling in that direction or moving in that direction, we will eventually make it all the way to Southport. Which, who knows, we might end up there next. You just never know. See you later, my friends. Y'all stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all again very soon. And I'm sure I will if you subscribe. Absolutely beautiful. See you later, Sugarloaf.